Hey, Spitwads, I want to talk to you about Helix Sleep. So stay with me here. Look, your sleeping experience, you sleep all of your life, and we just went on the road, and I got off my Helix Sleep for like 4 days. I couldn't turn right. My neck was that jacked up. You need a good mattress. You sleep your entire life, like a good chunk of it, right? I mean, a good chunk of your life, you're on a mattress. Why in the world would you want something horrible? And what I like about Helix Sleep is that they have this quiz. It takes 2 minutes, but it matches your body type and how you sleep with the perfect mattress for you. I'm a side sleeper. It's kind of important that I get something that's supportive that doesn't leave my neck all turned around. Everybody's unique. Helix knows that. They've got all different kinds of mattresses, all different kinds of models, and they're offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/ballers. Just go to helixsleep.com/ballers. I promise you it's going to be worth it. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz, helixsleep.com/ballers.
What happens when 3 buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
Yeah, we found out.
Well, there's the tuba, everybody. You've been waiting for the tuba.
They've been waiting for the... Wait, the people demanded?
The people have just demanded for
That?
the
They demanded
tuba
that?
Well, the people don't always know what they want. You know what I mean? A lot of times people are like, I want this show,
Yeah.
and then we give them what they want, and they're like, regrets.
Which is what they're crying from the rooftops right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of people didn't ask for the tuba, and they're really mad at the other spitwads. They're like, why'd you want a tuba?
They were asking for the flute.
Oh,
And you didn't give them the flute.
Maybe next time.
Right before the show started, Jason says, "How do you scat with a tuba?" And he gave us a little sample, a little dose, and he said, well, we're about to find out."
I didn't think you were going to do it, so I am proud of you for that.
Yeah, I mean, they said
Or
it couldn't be
something.
done.
It also sounded a bit like a motor.
Yes. Yeah, like a
parts.
To be fair,
like
a tuba sounds really stupid and like a motor all the time. So
We do attack tuba players on a constant show-by-show basis.
It's one of my favorite shticks. And
Now, the tubas don't actually have any notes that change, right? You're just blowing through an object.
Their goal is
those
to get
2 notes.
You get such a low frequency that the human ear can't actually tell what's going on.
I thought, I'm with Mike, though. It kind of sounded like maybe you were giving, like a mower was getting a start.
Yeah, I had to jazz up the tuba. I mean,
Right.
I didn't want it to sound all the way like a tuba, or everyone would have stopped listening.
All right, well, welcome in. Nothing says episode 199 like a tuba scat. Episode 200 coming very soon.
Oh, man. I mean,
Next week.
Al Borland is not even in the studio right now. I can only presume that Al is missing today because of what he's building, the set that he is building for
new
episode
set.
2. I would imagine. I mean,
Wait, we're getting a new set?
I hope so. We'll find out.
So he's busy doing that.
Well,
And we've got the judge in
better
the house
be.
instead. Okay.
Yeah, what's up, Judge?
Hey-o. So today we have Would You Rather, the Situation Room, and we are drafting the best old-timey birth names.
Yes.
So this will be a lot of fun. I believe that 99% of the names I looked up should return immediately. And I'm only sad that I didn't name my 3 children any of these names because they're so sophisticated. Some of them just sound, they're so sophisticated. Regal.
Yeah, like these names come with a weight.
They come with a butler on the side. Like the butler comes with you.
One of them might be a butler.
That's true.
I picture him more as a fancy English butler.
But you can find the show on
Your tea, sir.
on Twitter at SpitballersPod. Thank you for subscribing, reviewing the episodes. We appreciate it. And let's get it going.
Would you rather?
All right, this one comes in from Steve. He says, would you rather never get angry or never get jealous? Are you more prone to one of these and therefore would want to remove it more easily? Like, is that?
If that is how the question is to be understood, like which one would be more beneficial to get rid of because you struggle with it more, this is super easy because I struggle with one and completely don't struggle with the other one. Like, I can't remember being jealous. Like, I don't think I get jealous of just about anything.
Did you? Because I'm the same way now.
I think I know why.
But the question, we can unpack that in a moment. But like, did you ever have jealousy problems as a younger man?
No, not really. I mean, genuinely, like I can remember a handful of times
because you were just so popular.
You expected people to be jealous of you.
Yeah.
No. Like I remember being jealous
of the Truman Show
of a kid in grade school. I was very jealous of him because he was
6 foot.
No, he was such a good student. Like he never missed an assignment. He was always prepared.
Really, that was the kid you were jealous of.
I was like, he wasn't a procrastinator, and I was like,
huh?
How does he? And he's nice. And he was like, that kid.
This is in grade school?
Yeah.
Wait, so you were struggling in grade school?
With procrastination. That's a light. That was
or with jealousy.
Out of the womb, and I was a procrastinator and.
Just saying, like, generally in grade school.
He didn't have his first bottle for 3 days.
You can procrastinate in grade school and still get 100% on everything.
To be fair, this was 7th and 8th grade, which now is considered
I would
middle
not
school.
call that grade school.
Right,
I call that junior high.
Where I went to school, we didn't have like the separate. It was K through 8.
This explains a lot.
It was K through 8. So
I went to the same school, so back off, man.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that, like, maybe one of the reasons you don't get jealous is the second you see something that we have, you do purchase it instantaneously. I mean, you are famous for send me the Amazon link, and by the time I've finished describing the product, you've bought one.
That is guilty as charged. That is true. I certainly love getting all the latest.
You scratched the itch pretty quick.
I am one that I feel very, very bad for people who have to feel they have to give me gifts, because it's like, if there's something I want, I got it.
So maybe you are in fact a super jealous person, but you are so impulsive that you don't allow the jealousy to grow.
It never can, because it's called the Green Monster, right? You never heard
the
that?
wall in Boston?
No, I mean the jealousy is called the Green Monster.
Green with envy.
Yeah, I've heard it called the Green Monster.
I've heard it green with envy. I've definitely heard jealousy is green.
Yes.
I've never heard the Green Monster.
Green-eyed monster. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Really?
Yeah, it's jealousy personified, the green-eyed monster. But it has to grow. You don't have. It has to sit there, and you have to watch somebody with something you want for a long period of time.
So I think we just solved jealousy for people. If you're out there and you struggle with jealousy, just
buy or steal.
Just
buy
get it.
Or steal.
If you want something that someone else has, just get it.
Just get it.
This is great advice.
Thank you.
Wow. If you want to be happier, get endless money.
Mo money, no problems.
There you go.
Okay.
That's what Biggie taught me.
So I guess then you're saying you would like anger removed so that you don't get angry.
Man, my kids would grow up so much healthier if I didn't have anger issues, which are primarily children caused.
And sports.
And sports. Oh my goodness. Yes.
My biggest rage problems definitely stem from sports. And more sports that I am watching. It's a strange thing because our other show, the Fantasy Footballers, it's all about watching sports and doing those things, and yet, like, nothing brings me more joy and more rage than sports.
Let me tell you a little secret, Mike. A couple years ago now, or I guess it was last year, we went to an NBA Finals game together.
Yes.
And we had the privilege of having a large group of people together.
Yes. And
you and your friend were the angriest sports watchers I think anybody there have ever seen. Like, literally, see, I know you.
Yes.
So I know what the level really is, right? Sometimes you see people, they react, you go, oh, is he really I know you were sports mad. You weren't like going to kill a real person.
We don't need to alert the police.
Right. But some other folks there were like, is he okay?
Oh.
Is he going to be all right?
I do remember you taught that game.
And it wasn't just you. It was you and your buddy Nick.
Yes.
And you were both equally, you were like building your fire, stoking the fires, throwing coals in the anger.
Yes. I don't know why you guys didn't care about the game as much as I did. It was a really important basketball game.
Yes. I love it. So I think that now, do you get jealous?
I certainly am like I've had moments in times of my life where I've been jealous, but I not so much anymore. But I'm more like Jason. I have an impulse buying problem as well.
Yeah, I would get.
I'll figure out how to pay for this later.
I'd get rid of the anger thing as well. And I don't. It's funny because you brought up the kids. And I was like, I feel like 99% of all my anger ever is brought on by impatience. If I just had patience, I wouldn't get angry ever, but I lose my patience and then it leads to anger. So I think it's healthier.
The antithesis, right? Isn't patience?
Yeah, with being able to endure without.
Yeah, patience and wrath are like the inversion. But I don't know.
Look at us.
Like anger is maybe that's the wrong word when I'm like, but when I'm using screaming. Abusive. As anger. Like, I'm not angry at my kids, but they won't move. They won't move unless I yell.
Yeah, I mean, sure. So I think that one is the easier one to get rid of, and it's healthier for everybody.
And,
all right,
and jealousy we got rid of.
Yeah,
we solved jealousy.
Fixed it, Brooks. All better. Would you rather be able to talk to pigeons or read babies' minds?
Interesting.
Something you probably have not thought about before, this dilemma.
This exact one, no. So, like at different times, sure. I've thought about, can I read a pigeon's or talk to pigeons or read a baby's mind?
Can I read a pigeon's mind? Poop, 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 poop. Eat, poop, poop. Eat,
fly. The fly. There are very few.
Grow a disease. Grow a disease.
Very few, maybe zero, dumber animals in the world.
Oh yeah.
Than pigeons.
Pigeons, are terrible creatures because. In general, I love almost all animals. I'm a very animal friendly person, and I love birds. Like I had some like bird pets growing up. I had a gray cheek parakeet, and he was awesome. And it's like I love birds.
Did you say gray cheek?
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
It's a special.
That's cool.
Or not special, but a unique kind of parakeet. And pigeons give birds just such a bad rap and a bad name because there's a lot of city folk, right? Their real only experience with birds is pigeons, and there's a reason you call them flying rats because they are very similar to rats, and that they're like always.
It's like how Raiders fans give all the NFL fans a bad name.
Yeah, sure, but pigeons always crapping all over your stuff.
Oh yeah,
carrying disease. They're just obnoxious and in the way, and like. Birds are really beautiful creatures that bring joy and life.
Most birds are pretty great. Yeah, and pigeons, God gave them the homing pigeon thing where like you can't even scare them. Like you don't like them, so you want to scare them off, and they're like, no, this is my home for life.
They're too dumb to be able to scare off. To scare them, you have to be able to show something that instills fear, and they're like, poop.
Poop, poop.
They would
fly.
They're on the road in front of cars that are moving, and they barely see the cars before they get out of the way.
I do have to slow down for them sometimes because I don't want to pummel one.
So dumb.
Okay. Well, so
they're the moths of butterflies.
Now, if you talk to them, it would not be a very
fruitful conversation.
Yeah, but then reading a baby's mind.
Well, hold on. Just
babies and pigeons might have the same levels of.
I like to think that
milk, poop, poop.
Yeah,
milk.
I mean, they're
poop,
singing the same song, cry.
Yeah.
I like to think when these questions are saying, "Would you like to be able to talk to an animal?" It means that an actual conversation can happen.
Like come over here,
and you could
go get that.
Yeah, you can explain to them. I do not want you here. Or like be like, oh, look at this house. Oh, look at that roof.
Oh, you'd love it over
my,
there.
Have you ever seen a roof like that over there? That is not mine.
And they're like,
Yeah,
"What?
look
That's
at
a nice looking
look
roof."
at that roof.
Yeah, I will say that the opportunity for conversation here is far more prevalent in the pigeons than in the babies, because while we have all had infants and raised babies,
That time is gone.
that time is gone, and I'm not around babies very often anymore. Whenever I am, it's like, oh my gosh, I forgot how
You're like, holy
little,
crap, a baby.
I picked one up the other day.
Yeah, it's
it was
incredible.
like the weight of a thimble. It was the lightest thing I've ever felt.
And while that is the much more valuable, like
Yes.
it's clearly more valuable to be able to talk to a baby, to communicate, to get true needs and all that, it's so infrequent at this point in my life, I think I would find more use for the
In the
pigeons.
pigeons?
Because Mike brings up a great point. Like, I could
Thank you.
convince these dumb birds to do whatever bidding I want just by telling them there's something shiny over there. And, I mean,
Or if you don't leave, I'm going to shoot you
Yes.
with this pellet gun.
and they would stare
properly
back at
explained.
me and go,
What's a
okay,
pellet gun?
Okay, that's not fun.
All right, one more here. Would you rather be in a room for a year with only one movie to watch or only one book to read?
What?
I thought this question was very interesting because, I mean,
Takes you 2 hours to watch a movie.
Exactly. One whole year. Maybe you could be strategic and you pick a real long movie. You know, like any of the Spider-Mans.
Takes you 3 hours to watch a movie.
Right. But the book, the book you could.
Takes me 3 months.
Well, it depends on the book. I mean, because you'd have to pick a long book as well. Like when you,
I'd
If
rather
you-
have Lord of the Rings the book versus Lord of the Rings the movie
Right.
for a year, wouldn't I?
but I'm saying like reading gets a really bad rap. Mostly, I think, because of school, because you're forced to do it as a kid, and instead of building up this lifelong like desire to go read and go learn, we are sending the wrong message here to kids. And reading is like a punishment. Like, if you don't do this,
Get your reading done.
you're going to be in your room reading a book. This is not the way we need to be convincing kids to read books, because reading is actually great. I loved reading as a kid. I kind of lost it, and then every once in a while I'll find a great book and sit down and I'll read for 2 hours. And you go, wow, this is actually great. But what I was getting to is, if you actually sit down and read a book, you're done in 5 to 7 hours with a decent sized book.
Not me.
If you
No
actually
way.
sit down and read,
Poop, read, poop.
if you,
No, I'm a slow reader. It would take me.
He is known as a very slow
I
reader.
really am. Like I don't know if it's just dyslexia or what, but I've always been a very, very slow reader. Yeah.
But, 5 to 7 hours, I don't know about that. You must be really fast.
I'm
a
talking
big
like-
novel you're not knocking
Well,
out in 5 to 7
but
hours.
but a book if that's like a couple hundred pages.
But you're right. If that's all you're doing, you'll finish it in a day or two.
I'm saying, like, look at when you're wondering how long is this book, look how long the book is on like Audible or something.
True.
And you're like, 8 hours.
That's true.
That's really, and that's somebody
Mike making points here,
reading it with performance. They're not just reading as fast as you read in your head.
which I would do if I was stuck in a room for a year. I would
Right,
read with performance.
Oh, I'd be doing characters, and I'd
Yeah.
have costume changes every time that I switch characters. I'd be taking
right.
that jacket off, putting it on. I'd have blocking. This would be a whole production. I think the book is the way to go. And here's the truth.
in a one-man show.
Oh,
After a year, you have a one-man show that's ready for the road.
And it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be a magnificent masterpiece that will sell out everywhere. Books are better than the movies. I know, like, that's something. Whenever you go
Right.
see a movie, you hate the people that are like, "Oh, I read the book. The book was so much better." They're the worst. Those people are the worst. But if
But they're
you
right.
have read, well, that's the thing. If you have read the book, then you
Yeah.
are one of those worst people.
Yes.
The Harry Potter books better than the movies.
By a lot.
Yeah, because the books have 8 hours of information versus 2 hours of it's just more in depth. So yeah, if you've got a year locked in a room, you have to take the book here.
I'm just thinking of whether or not, you got the movie. Maybe I could learn a foreign language by having the movie because you watch it enough times, you know all the words.
Sure.
Then you flip over to the other subtitles.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, maybe. Maybe.
This is where I'd make a joke of saying, like Gimli saying, and my axe, but I do it in another language,
Oh.
but I don't know it.
And my axe. I don't know.
See why I didn't make the joke?
Certainly.
All right. Would you rather understand what everyone is thinking?
And my hotcha.
Is that it?
Yeah, I'm probably saying it wrong, but yes.
I love that you only translated
Yeah,
the
you're
one
saying it wrong
word
'cause
and
you're
not
saying-
the whole thing. And my.
For those of you that don't speak Spanish, El Nino means the Nino.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Would you rather understand what everyone is thinking or see everybody's future?
Both of these are terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
No
Understanding what
way.
everyone's thinking would
Awful.
probably isolate you from the entire world
Yes. Awful. Awful.
because you would
Explain that.
because legitimately even the people that you love the most, you have thoughts about them or about idiosyncrasies or things that would make people feel insecure, and they just pass through your brain. You're not really doing much with them. But if you knew what everyone around you was thinking about you all the time, I think you would find yourself potentially very insecure.
Well, this isn't just what they're necessarily thinking about you. It's just what everyone is thinking, right?
Correct.
Like,
Which
so-
would also include what they're thinking about you.
But you're going to pick that out. I
I'm
feel
picking
like
that out as a problem.
I feel like the
Massive
people
problem.
around you are thinking about you way less than they're thinking about other things.
Oh,
certainly.
100%.
So I wouldn't pick out the 2% here as the problem. I think you could understand people's point of view. There's a lot to like here. I mean, clearly this is the wrong one to take out of the would you rather, because the other one allows you to attach yourself to really successful people before they're successful.
Okay.
Right? I mean, the other one is like,
Okay.
oh, he's going places.
There it is.
Yeah.
Found your loophole for solving the jealousy
Oh,
problem,
yeah. I
having
mean-
the cash.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm going to
Be
see
good
her-
for gold diggers.
I'm gonna exactly. I could be. What's the opposite of a sugar daddy? A sugar baby? I don't know, but I can just.
The sugar baby.
That's got to be it. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna see how everyone dies. That's unfortunate.
That is a heavy weight, man.
But I already know everyone's gonna die without that. Without how? Like I know I don't want to break this news to you, but I know that you guys are both gonna die.
Yes. But if you knew that I was going to die in something tragic in a week and you're just sitting on that information,
Then I would not lock myself to you because I know your future isn't bright. So I need to really catch
hey,
up.
Mike, how's that wheel looking? You got that thing gotten it tightened up?
Buttoned up. I can handle it for you.
Let me take you to dinner. My treat.
Okay. They're both heavy burdens, Mike. Which burden do you want the most?
I suppose that everyone's future, because like we all have dark, terrible thoughts that you can't stop from happening at just like they flash immediately, and then rationality takes over and you work through it. But if all of those things were coming out of your mouth, it would not be good.
You mean like, and my hotcha. All right. Let's move on.
The Situation Room.
All right, here's your first situation. Aliens arrive at Earth for the first time, and you have been elected to make first contact. Congratulations.
Yes.
What one item do you show them to try and gain trust?
Oh my goodness.
Interesting take on this question. I mean, we've talked about aliens being the liaison, but I've never. What is one item you show them to try and gain trust?
I mean,
Man, that's a heavy. That's.
I mean, you've been elected to go and make first contact. This is a big responsibility,
It's gigantic.
but you have to give them something. Now, I'll start us off here. Is it a bribe? Because you want to gain trust. So, for example, what if you gave them a chocolate chip cookie? right?
That's not bad.
You
That
give
is not
them
bad.
you give them a food object that is desirable, and then they
Yes.
eat it, and they realize it's a gift immediately. Hopefully, unless they don't like chocolate or are horribly allergic to it, because it was a M. Night movie.
Be a problem.
But I mean, so that a bribe of some sort could be.
Well,
And $1's not going to help. I mean, they don't use our currency.
anything you give them,
They use alien bucks.
anything you give them could be considered a bribe. But I like the idea of my brain hadn't gone to food. First I was immediately reminded of in Mars Attacks when they're meeting the aliens and they like let the doves go because that's a universal
peaceful
sign of peace and humanity. It was not to the Martians.
I did not see that movie, so I don't know what happened.
Mars Attacks. That's what happens. They kind of give that away right in the title.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I haven't seen it either, but pretty confident.
They shoot the birds.
Okay.
And then I was thinking, okay, what if you had like if you play a song? Is there a song out there?
Ooh.
Because we humans, we can understand music. You understand certain music makes you feel certain things. We don't know why, but we.
So what would you give them as an object, like a CD?
Well, I would just not give it, but
Okay,
give them the gift of song.
I
Perhaps,
see.
Perhaps
Ooh, play them
I bring
something.
out the acoustic guitar.
What's the
and
song? What's the song you're playing?
It's a very important question.
We will rock you.
Really? You're going to start? So you're trying to get them to stomp their feet?
Yes.
Clap their
Get in on
hands?
this. Doom, doom. Psh. I mean, who can resist?
Well, you're going to know if they're here to attack. You play that song, and you know, because they don't get in on that.
Yeah, if they don't get in on the clapping.
You run.
Yeah.
You turn your back and you run. You leave the guitar. That's just extra weight. Now, I know what I'm giving them.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm giving them the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, really?
The Declaration, the OG Declaration of
How are you
Independence
gonna get it, though?
two. Well, look, if I've become
think they'll give it to 'em.
the ambassador for the aliens, and
Yeah.
I'm told I get to give them anything, I'm pretty sure the United States government would allow me to give them the Declaration of Independence. But this serves three purposes. Purpose one.
Okay.
They can see that we are intelligent. We want to govern. We want to be peaceful. Right? They can read this document.
We value really, really, really old pieces of paper.
Okay. I'm not saying it's all positive, but there's positives, right? So they can understand we are a peaceful people. This is our governing document. One of that's option one. Two, kind of a message here. Okay, we have declared independence. We will not be ruled.
Okay.
Okay,
We
this
will
is
not go quietly into the night.
I am giving you our Declaration of Independence, just so you know. We claim this. This is
that's pretty
ours.
crafty.
But third,
Okay.
there is a map.
There's a map. Yeah.
On the back that has incredible treasure. So these aliens,
You better have your lemon juice on you.
Oh, for sure. And the little glasses that hold the
I need the Declaration of Independence and a fresh squeezed lemonade.
yeah. So clearly the Declaration is near the top of the list.
What about a human head? Just throwing it out there.
Ooh, I don't think you want to show them
That where we come apart?
Our only weakness.
our only weakness. It's at the neck. Now we know how to defeat them. Their heads come right off. Where would you go? Severed head? And what? In what
graveyard.
situation? No, I'm not saying where would you get it. I'm saying why
You
would
can find one.
Just I don't know. I feel like we have a long storied human history of offering the heads of people.
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess you could give them a crown and just declare them the leaders.
Yeah, I mean, if they show up in a flying machine,
bazooka. Just declare us the leaders.
say hello
Wait,
to my
if they
little
don't know
friend.
what it is, you could give them a stick of dynamite. And
Yeah. Oh, this is a candle.
Oh,
Make a wish.
That's the Bruce Willis line.
Yeah, for sure.
It's full Bugs Bunny, just handing them a bouquet.
Mm-hmm. It's a birthday cake with a stick
my
of dynamite on top.
Oh my goodness! All right, I think we solved that problem.
Yeah, goodbye, aliens.
Earth is safe again.
Situation room number 2. You have to draw a tattoo for your wife, and the artist will copy it exactly. What do you draw to try and not be in the doghouse forever? So, the tattoo artist is going to take something you draw and tattoo it onto your wife. How safe are you going?
I can't draw. Art.
That's the question.
Art is incredible to me. Like,
Yeah, I
people,
totally agree.
Are you jealous of it?
Sure,
that can do
yes,
it?
that is something
But not in a. That's in an admiration
envious.
way, right?
Yeah, I'm not envious. I know my
I
boundaries.
just admire it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just
All
admire it, but I can't believe that people like I can trace. You know, if it's like
Give me one of those really big light boxes.
yes, a light table, a real thin piece of paper, and I can trace with the best. Of them.
I can trace.
But my point is, if I don't
what
have
a skill.
if I
Over
don't,
many years, I have developed this skill of tracing.
you should see me work.
You should see me work. You should see a time lapse of Jason working through a masterpiece.
Oh man, it's gonna be good. Now, just don't make it too detailed under there.
How do you work? How do you work with dot to dots? You pretty good with the dot to dots?
My lines aren't very straight.
Okay. All right.
Unless someone has done the dot to dot underneath and I can trace it, because then I'm good. I am
Oh
golden.
my goodness. Okay, so what object are you doing? Like a basic shape?
No, I know what I would draw, which would be a writing. I would write.
His signature.
Yes, my signature. I claim this. Yes. Oh man, that would be unbelievable.
They pick the.
Just
They peel it back and show your wife,
and it's just my
your
signature. This,
What do you
yeah,
think?
That's right. You
It's
belong.
cool. It's a cool signature, isn't it?
I've signed for this, so
Oh no! No!
that wasn't where I was going. No, we've actually talked about this. I think I can write in nice enough lettering.
Okay.
That's like the limit of my drawing.
Okay.
And I would write the luckiest. And while that sounds terrible,
The luckiest.
that I didn't realize how that was going to come out.
The luckiest,
The luckiest
woman
I'll
in
put that on
the
her.
world.
No, this is okay. So she gets it if she's listening right now, but the people, the Spitwads, do not. Our wedding song is The Luckiest by
okay.
Ben Folds, and so I would put our wedding song title on there, and also
People
she
definitely would know just when they see that.
yeah, they would know she's the luckiest for sure, and so it plays both ways. That's my.
What is there a go-to thing that you
Oh,
can
yeah.
draw, Mike?
Yeah, for a tattoo?
Yeah, is it going to be the Stussy sign
the S. I can
that
do that.
everyone doodled?
a lot
Look,
of practice in middle school.
I can knock that thing out of the park. But if I have to draw a tattoo for the wife, it will just be a good old fashioned heart, because I can get that done.
Boring.
Yeah, boring and safe.
Yeah, you do only get one shot at the heart, so if you mess up that and it's a lumpy
Let's
heart,
see. Draw this heart that I hear so much about.
Well,
now
it's-
I know what Andy can draw.
Yeah, well, why I started cackling when this question was being asked, because Andy is well known around these parts. Andy has the most artistic ability of the three of us, and he will frequently doodle when just is like you're not thinking about it, you're just doodling while you're having the conversation. But it will turn into a very unique portrait of like someone in the office, where it's a caricature. It's a caricature of that person, and yet one thing will be off. Like you'll give them.
it's kind of my style.
You'll give them like really, really tiny arms.
Yeah,
or
I have a portrait of me with one real wrong arm.
real tiny, like the strong hand from
Yes.
Scary Movie 2, or like a real elongated neck.
Yes, everything
Just-
else is pretty on point.
Now but you do draw like a cowboy really well. Like you often
Yeah,
draw. Like
his
a
name's
little,
Hickory Pete. Yeah,
Oh, I say
he's Hickory Pete, and he's a doodle I've done for years.
the one doodle
Not
face.
not a great tattoo though.
Yeah, the one doodle face I do. His name was Tubby.
Oh,
But-
he should
and-
meet Hickory.
Let's go. We'll have a whole comic book.
Yeah.
all right, so Mike's drawing a heart.
Hickory and Tubby.
I'm making my wife the luckiest.
Yeah, I'm probably trying to do a doodle of not Hickory Pete. Probably more of a line drawing or something like I've doodled from time to time, just to save. I'll just say it's a geometric art form. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's good. I like that.
All right,
Very modern.
Very modern. That's what I'll tell her. I'll say, it's art. There's nothing wrong with it. It's art. You are hiking with a friend when a boulder falls and pins both of you by the arm. Oh,
Each of us by one arm?
Yes.
What?
Yes. I love this question.
Oh, so this
I
is
love this question.
This is like
the movie. with
48
That was a Franco.
hours,
Something
which
like
was
that.
based off
It
a
was
real thing
story,
that happened. Yeah.
72 hours.
Later, it was
Just 128.
24 hours. I don't know.
It was 127.
127 hours.
I was almost there, bro.
So listen, you and your friend, it happens to you guys. The boulder
Yeah.
falls. It pins each of you by the arm.
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 pocket knives.
Okay.
No way out. Do you cut off your own arms or cut off each other's arms?
Oh, I'm. There's no chance.
You can't do yours.
No chance. There's
Because that's what
none.
happened in the movie, and I know it's grotesque to talk about.
Well,
but
he
like,
didn't have a friend.
No, he didn't have a friend, so it's like I feel like cutting your own hand off is impossible. I feel like it's impossible. Now I know that maybe after a certain amount of pain and time,
And you start starving, and your survival instincts kick in.
Mm-hmm.
See, the problem here is because I have a knife, my friend is going to have to cut his own arm off in front of a dead person because I'm going to use the knife.
Oh no, you're out.
I'm out.
you're out.
I'm out.
That doesn't sound like an easy way to go, though. It's a pocket knife.
Oh man,
How are you going to end yourself?
Every single cut on my or their arm I would just faint. This would be a slow bleed. Like, I'm never getting through this. I can't. So he's going to unfortunately wish he was by himself.
I am now imagining you like okay, I can do this. I can do this.
And then just-
oh!
Yeah, they just pass out one cut at a time.
And then 5 minutes wakes up. Okay. Oh!
That's right.
and then just eventually,
And then eventually I just die of blood loss.
exposure.
I never
probably.
got to the bone. Like, I just really hurt myself.
That story is still
Oh, it's gnarly.
And it's real.
It's an incredible story.
really difficult.
James Franco really did that.
I feel like you have to do the I'll cut yours off, you cut mine off.
I'm doing my own.
Are you really?
Yeah.
So me and you are in this situation, Mike.
I'll handle
So
both
Mike
of
does
it.
both.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Here's the only reason why I want you to cut my arm off is I can look the other way.
Yeah.
That's it. I know the pain's going to be there, but I can look the other way while you do it. Now you are going to have to break the bone.
I might be able to survive that. I might be able to survive if someone else is doing it and I look the other way, but I have to
Give
have
me the
them-
whiskey.
You've got to be incredibly aggressive. You know what I mean?
Oh, you itch. You go. You
go,
don't,
go,
you
go,
just
go.
You
No.
go until it's done.
No
Yes.
try 57. You know
No.
what I mean? Like,
This is why you hike with whiskey, though.
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
yeah.
one of
You
the-
still have a free arm. I mean,
One of
grab
the-
that bag.
One of the top tips I have for hiking.
Yeah. What do you put in your camel pack? Water?
Everybody should bring all the equipment to sufficiently cut your own arm off.
Yeah. I always
Lidocaine.
hike with a bone saw.
A bone saw. All right. Well, let's.
Good thing I have this bone saw.
It could be useful. Let's get into the draft.
The Spitballers Draft.
Well, I said it at the top. We are drafting the best old generation names. Names that are no longer common. Little baby boys and little baby girls, not commonly named what they were named in yesteryear. But today we are picking our favorites. The best old generation names. And like I said, when I went through this list, to me it's like, let's get back to this.
There's some good ones.
These are outstanding. And so, Jason, you have the great honor
Oh, man.
to draft.
This is the worst draft we've ever done for having the 101. Like, even when you do months,
I don't know.
December was great.
I've got a clear 101
got a
here.
clear
oh,
101.
Clear.
I do not. Now, I want clarity, speaking of clear. When we say the best old-timey names, are we really meaning the worst old-timey names?
No.
So we're saying the...
Well, I mean, you can do it however you
it,
want.
It encapsulates a lot of things. It's basically like the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's the best, because I was seeing it almost in reverse. If it's the best, here's a name...
But the best is kind of the worst.
This is the confusion.
But I just mean like what makes it great is that it's so
Bad.
iconically
it's so
old-timey.
old.
All right.
Thank you.
It's
Yes.
so old.
So
It's so
iconic.
old.
You can't get more iconic than this, and I think part of the reason this name isn't used anymore is because it became a classic character in a great movie.
Oh, it's on my list.
And I'm going to Kansas. I'm going to be...
No, it's not on my list.
I know where you're going.
I'm
You're
going Dorothy.
Okay.
My grandmother's name.
Yes.
See?
Yes.
Yeah, my grandmother's name is Dorothy, who nickname Dot.
You know,
Really?
Dot. Yeah, Dot is the nickname for Dorothy.
I almost put Dottie on my list, which
Okay.
is...
Is that short for Dorothy?
That's long for Dot.
But Dot is short for Dorothy.
I
think
mean,
that
some of
there's
those bounce
there's a way
around.
that Bob is short for Robert. or Robbie.
Like no one's birth certificate says Bob.
Someone's
no, it
does.
doesn't. Yeah, really,
I mean,
they don't.
sure, someone's does, but most people's do not.
Uncle Bob's did.
So you went with Dorothy. I'm a little
Okay.
sad. I thought I'd be able to draft my grandmother's name, but thanks for taking that away from me.
All right.
I should
So
have just looked up my family tree.
I'm going to go with another female name as well from yesteryear. I'm going with Martha.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a good one.
I'm going with good old-fashioned Martha,
Mm-hmm,
who I'm sure my grandmother has some friends that were named Martha.
Superman's mom.
Martha, yeah.
I
And
believe it's also Batman's mom. I don't know how they got away with that.
look, I know
The
all
same
I know is
people.
that when I am going to the church luncheon, Martha has made some
Oh, yeah.
coleslaw or something, and she's put it out there. It's really good.
You know that's full fat mayonnaise
You
or
know-
mayonnaise in the
You bet it is.
in that cooking.
So Dorothy and Martha, and then
Okay.
now Mike, you've got
Great
you got
news.
a couple picks.
Great news. My 101
Okay, all right.
made it through the gauntlet of your two picks. I'm going to kick this one off with a good old-fashioned Archibald.
Oh,
Is that's your 101?
That's my 101.
It's amazing that you had such conviction about Archibald as the number
Archibald.
one.
it
I
was
mean-
not on my list.
I mean, I believe that Archie.
It's a great name.
Believe Archie would be a shortened version. It's got the word bald in it, which is just it makes it inherently funny.
And old.
Archibald.
I love it.
Yeah, I am, Mike. Thank you.
Archibald. Great. I
And
love the
it's-
pick.
and it's a 3-syllable name. Like it, there's-
Which it gives it a little bit
yeah,
more.
you
oomph.
you have more gusto in your name if you got 3 syllables. Not many names do.
Dorothy.
Right?
Yeah. So Mike and I both have 3
Maritha.
syllables.
Athlete. All right, so we're going to start it off with Archibald, and then we're going to follow that up with a lady's name. We're going to go with Gertrude.
That's a good one.
Gertrude.
That's a
Oh
good
my
one.
gosh! I should have seen the Archibald Gertrude combo coming.
I can't believe you both let them slip through.
Oh, genius!
But here, dominating the beginning of the draft, Archibald and Gertrude, they were married in 1917.
oh, you bet they were.
They made it through the Dust Bowl. They only lost 5 of their 7 children,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but they made it
but they made it.
to the ripe old age of 51.
When was the Dust Bowl?
Is that a thing?
Was
that a
during?
thing?
Was that during the Depression?
I believe it was. Yeah,
Surrounding the Depression?
yeah. Probably. You don't know the Dust Bowl, Jay?
No.
Things
It's a
weren't-
drought-stricken southern plains region of the United States.
Yeah, it was not a good time in the United States.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, when you can't grow food. and-
1930s.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, right after the that's in the Depression era.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I am.
But Archibald is
Archibald
he's-
made it through.
he is strong.
Yeah,
All I hear now
by
is
the
aren't
power
you,
of the consonants in his name.
aren't you bald? that's all I hear now. You say Archibald, and I'm like,
Some
stop
of the
it.
reasons they don't name kids that anymore.
Yeah.
That was the worst insult at school. All right, so Archibald and Gertrude are great. Look, I'm going with not the nickname version, the full name. I'm going to go with the gentleman's name now after Martha, to join Martha, and it's going to be Theodore.
Oh, it's on my list.
Yes.
Theodore and Martha, look, they made it through as well.
I feel like Theodore's like, you can still use that
Because it was a president.
Well, and because of the Teddy nickname, I think that makes it easier.
No, Theo. Like
Sure.
Theo is still out there.
Well, I have a friend who's
Yeah,
got
I
a
have
child.
one of my friends' kid is Theo as well. And it's like that Theodore.
But
is-
it does hit the triple the syllables.
right. What I don't know is if he is cracking wise. If they hit him with the Theodore,
Ooh, yeah, I don't know.
with the old, it sounded like he's a chipmunk.
Oh,
I got
get
you.
it. I did not. I was not there on Alvin. and the
Simon and
Chipmunks.
Theodore.
Yeah.
All right, so Jason, you got Dorothy, and now you got 2 picks, and look, this
They're gonna be so good.
is go time.
They're gonna be so good. Well, look, the first one I've got to go with is a name that is the middle name for my father. My father hates this name so much.
Was it his father's name?
I don't know. Maybe his grandpappy's name. But my father always hated his middle name because it was super old for that generation, and I don't know anyone who's been named this name in a long, long time. But it's Eugene.
Yes.
Eugene is names don't start with E anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when you start your name E-U-G, those
There's
are
nowhere
letters.
to go. There's nowhere to go but Gene.
Those letters are just not really used in names much.
Okay, so Eugene, and then you've got Dorothy and Eugene.
Dorothy and Eugene.
We've all made a couple here.
And now,
Now, what are their kids' names?
Now, did your father know that he is, as an American citizen, he could legally just go change that?
I don't. Where do you go to change your name? Do you have to go to the DMV?
You go like to the DMV.
Oh
they,
yeah,
they don't let you change your middle name. I'm sorry to tell you. That's permanent. That one stuck.
That one sticks. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the female name. I'm gonna go back to look. I've got Dorothy. She needs a sister, and a lot of times you name your siblings with the same letter.
Yeah.
And so,
Dorothy,
no, meet Dolores.
Oh, it's on my list. Dolores is a good one.
Dorothy and Dolores.
Dolores is it's the name.
That is an old-timey name.
Wow, that is a good one.
The sisters.
Dorothy and Dolores.
Oh, man. Born in 1899.
Oh, man.
When they came on the Transcontinental Railroad.
Mike's just hitting the historical references through and through. All right, is it back to me?
It is.
So, Jason, you have Dorothy, Eugene, and Dolores. I have Martha and Theodore. And now I have Estelle.
Oh.
I'm going with Estelle.
Okay.
I mean, what is that?
What is that?
Estelle, get over here. I mean, that is an old-timey name, so I feel good.
There's a famous Estelle, right?
Yeah, there's a British rapper.
Is there?
Yeah, goes by Estelle.
Oh, I thought like someone's name, like Ben Stiller's mom or something like that.
I know
No?
real
There's no Estelle?
Estelles.
Estella.
Well, Estella is a different name. Also would qualify for
there
this
is
draft.
a rapper, 42 years old, named Estelle.
Well, there you go.
But
you
Estelle
So,
Harris
is-
is the most.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, Andy.
No, that's
Okay.
the mother from. Is that the mother from Everybody Loves Raymond?
No, that's George's mom in Seinfeld.
Oh,
okay,
that's
see,
what it is. I knew it
Yes.
was. Yeah, okay.
I knew I'd heard it. So you're telling me that England has given us Estelle and Adele.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's next? England.
We don't know. All right, Mike. Archibald and Gertrude, powerhouse picks.
Yes, Archibald and Gertrude, and like I talked about the kids that made it through the Dust Bowl to go into the Great Depression. There, first there was their son Seymour.
Yeah, that's
a good one.
Grade
That's
school
a
got
good
rid of
name.
that name. Grade school said you are no longer allowed
Simpsons
to
got rid of that
Yeah,
one.
they
name your kids Seymour.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Archibald, Gertrude, and Seymour?
Yes,
Powerhouse.
And Seymour was often seen tending the field.
Yes.
The cabbage fields.
He's
with-
got more.
with his brother.
Part of Big Cabbage.
Yes. So yeah, this is where I thought you were going with an old-timey name who created a legendary movie franchise, and he was often famous for going certain places. And I'm going to go with Ernest.
Oh,
Ooh.
it's on my list. Yeah.
Mr. P. Worrell himself. So Ernest and Seymour out there making
Was
sure that,
Ernest an honest man?
Oh, honest and earnest, always.
Archibald, Gertrude, Seymour, and Ernest.
Ernest Scared Stupid was so scary.
That movie, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because that was one of those movies that I remember seeing it in the theater with my sister and my pops, and I was shook to the core.
I
Like
was not allowed to watch those movies.
like
Smart parents.
oh, I mean, just like in the movie theater seat, just
it's
frozen,
a scary movie,
just
huh?
frozen in total fear.
What's it
And-
supposed to be?
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's
It's like a funny comedy
is
Halloween
it
movie.
disturbing? Is it like because it takes you into like a weird place versus jump scare, or was it jump scare?
there's probably some jump scares in there, but it's like a bad guy is like freezing people or something like that. And then I had watched it years later as an adult. It was whoa, this was scary.
Yeah.
So like
it's like Pee-wee's Big Adventure
Right.
that's scary.
yeah, you can
Because that guy was a creep, and we all knew it subconsciously.
you can see like watching Ernest Scared Stupid as an adult. You would think there's no possible way that this is scary to a child because this is just silliness. But as a child, it was terrifying.
All right, Archibald, Gertrude, Seymour, and Ernest. I'm going to make my final pick. I have Martha, Theodore, Estelle, and I'm going to end with an old-fashioned Harold.
Oh, yes.
Harold just got back from another shift at the old Treasury Trust Bank.
Oh, say Harold's making his way up at the local paper.
Okay, Harold.
He likes to shout things.
Oh no! All right, Jason, you are
Thank you.
up. You have Dorothy, Eugene, Dolores. What are you closing it out
Well,
with?
I think I was a little bit jealous of Archibald. And so with the last pick, I'm going to get something with just as much weight, just as much regality,
Impossible.
as many syllables, and I'm going to take Reginald.
Oh, yes.
Reginald.
Yes.
I didn't realize how important syllables were in these drafts.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for my dad, I had to get Eugene. I had to.
Right.
Because what a bad name, Papa. But, otherwise, I have, all three syllables. I've got Dolores and Reginald and Dorothy.
We could hit one more round. I'm just saying.
Oh, I've got.
We could slide back through
Now,
for a fifth pick.
Reginald, is it the actor or the character's name from Family Matters? The father. I will vet it. I will vet it as we.
It's more
look.
of a you question.
Yeah. No,
I'm not sure.
I'm asking it to the world.
It looks like it's the actor.
Yeah, the actor's name is Reginald. I mean, look at this guy.
Oh, he's a happy man.
Like, I mean, he was the ultimate television dad. He's a good, clean cop. He was taking down dirty cops, and he's just Reginald. He's getting it done.
Yeah, but that was Carl Winslow. Ain't no Reginald.
Which, that's also an excellent name.
Yes.
So are we wrapping, or do we want one more round?
Well, the people have already heard you tease this next round.
So why don't you
Okay.
make one more
So
pick?
we got to
All
go. One more round. I was not prepared, but I could go a bunch more rounds. I was the opposite of.
You want credit for not being
You were the
prepared,
actor
then you're dunking.
accepting your award. I didn't expect this pulling up your list of people to thank.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for next in line is kind of what I meant.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to have to abandon my three syllables here, but there is a name that, most of these names, you just brought it up, Reginald. There was an actor,
Yeah.
Estelle. I don't know anybody that's ever been named in the modern day Maude.
Oh, yes.
Maude, but like Harold and Maude was a
Right.
famous play growing up. Maude is what a terrible name.
And now you've got both of them.
There, yeah.
Well, I've got Harold.
I've got.
Oh,
Maude.
you took care. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Uh,
Maud. What is that all about?
It's about a young
color.
man who
It's
Oh no, that's mauve.
befriends.
A nice shade of mauve.
Say, it's a squad. We know that.
Yeah, ironically, the old play, this old play
Harold and Maude.
is about a young man who befriends an old woman. So this old
Maude?
play, it was an old woman name then.
Yes,
Wow.
it was. And by the way, that was like pretty much the first time I met Jason. Was when he was in Harold and
I
Maude.
was Harold.
Oh wait, you starred in
He
Harold.
did. He did.
Which one were you?
Not Maude.
Oh,
I was
we're-
Harold.
Okay.
Is
Is it a two-person show?
pretty much?
Primary. There's more, but
All right.
He considered it more of a one-man show. All right, Martha, Theodore, Estelle, Harold, and I am very pleased to finish with a name that doesn't even look like it's spelled correctly, Gladys.
Oh, Gladys.
I'm going with Gladys, which is Gladys, because we can do
Yes.
that. We're allowed to do that.
Gladys.
So Gladys is my final pick to join Harold.
It's a sensational name. Miss Knight and the Pips.
I don't know the last Gladys. When's the last
Gladys Knight.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying,
Since Gladys Knight, I don't like.
was she the final?
I mean, when you're as awesome as Gladys Knight, I don't know that you can keep that name going.
I was gonna say, wouldn't it be neat if they retired names like they do jerseys in the major sport? So it's like once a good one comes and hits, they're like, no,
America has retired, Gladys.
Gladys is
Right.
done.
You need to go to Canada if you would like
Up
to.
to the rafters.
You got to go to Canada if you'd like to have a Gladys. All right, Mike, your final pick.
All right, I am very torn between two names. One has the syllables, but one just sounds way older.
That's a tough call.
All right, I'm going to go with the older sounding one.
You have enough syllables through your rest of your team. You can afford it.
And all right, so yeah, we'll go with this name. I'm going to go with Orville.
Orville Redenbacher.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about word
Good
association.
pick. Good pick.
Like Orville. Aside from Mr. Redenbacher.
Orville. I mean, what's amazing is
it's
all
hard
of
to say.
all of these names.
Orville.
I want you to realize all of these names
It's
were
like
the names
trapped in your throat
of these people as babies.
Yes, there was a baby Orville.
There was a baby Martha,
Orville.
a baby Harold, a baby Gertrude. Come here.
Orville.
I mean, that's just amazing.
Well,
You spelled the oval wrong.
They'd probably call it like
Did
Gertie.
you say Anvil?
Come
No.
here, Gertie.
Oh, they nickname them all?
Yeah.
I think Gerd was probably pretty serious back then. I don't know.
It's the word.
Reginald, get over here.
All right. How many do we have not drafted here?
All right, I'll just the one I was
Give me some of your favorites that are left over.
I was very torn between Orville, which is just a funny name, and Bernadette.
Peters.
Yes.
I've got Blanche.
yeah.
And Wilfred and Alfred.
Yeah,
the
I got both
butlers.
of those.
Yeah.
They're both only butlers.
That's all you. That's why they stopped naming them, because they knew if I
Yeah.
name him Alfred, he's got
This
to
would be
grow
a
up and become a butler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd,
For a superhero.
Right.
Ethel,
Ooh, that's a good one.
Bessie.
Yeah,
That's a cow.
That's a cow.
I know we think it is, but there's people. Atticus, is that a name?
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Atticus Finch.
I thought that's the counting tool.
Oh,
It's
yes.
an
yeah, the math
abacus.
tool.
Yeah, there you go.
An abacus.
What did we learn today?
Learned how to get rid of jealousy.
Oh man,
You just
infinite money.
you just buy your way out.
Did you learn anything today, Mike?
I did. I learned the song of the pigeon.
Oh my
Fly.
gosh.
Poop,
Yes.
poop, poop, poop. Eat, eat, fly.
I guess I relearned that Archibald really is the 101 in that
yes.
draft. All the syllables,
Don't
all
forget
the
it.
old name, Archibald.
I mean, how
Aren't you bald, Jay?
cranky is Archibald?
As
Oh, get off
Yes.
his lawn.
permacolic from birth for Archibald. All right, that'll do it for today's Spitballers. Thanks for tuning in.
We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.